Beats.
Welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, bulldogs and pugs, to tonight's broadcast of Fresno State VALORANT over here on twitch.tv/Fresno State Esports. As tonight, it's going to be Fresno State Blue that's going to be entering the server tonight, as they will be taking on UBC Rose. Unfortunately, the red team did have to have a rescheduled match with their team against USC. Time has yet to be determined, has yet to be made up. So we thought maybe this would be a good time to be able to broadcast some of the other team that we have playing Valorant this season. That is the Fresno State Blue team. They are taking on UBC Rose, and for the team, they've had a good, strong season. Last season, Fresno State Blue, they struggled a lot. The team only won like a total of like 2 matches overall throughout the whole entire 8-9 week session. This team has already started off great with a 2-2 record. And in part of it is because of the strong new roster that they have. Which, let's go ahead and take a look at this roster real quick. The roster consists of their main core being Optic, Xenofate, Mimi, Fire, and Mr. Clean. What we should be expecting though tonight is, according to like what I've been hearing from the blue team, what they're expecting is maybe on this first map, which is going to be Fracture, a new composition. They are going to be trying to go with a double duelist with both Mr. Clean and Optic. So we shall see how both of those go in. In terms of what they wanted to improve on, Fresno State, they wanted to do a really good job of just basic, simple communication and coordination. It's something that, even though they aren't on like the same level or wavelength as like the red team is, they still believe they can contend. But the first thing that it comes down to is not just gunplay, how well you're going to be able to coordinate. There's times where there have been some like lack of communication on the side of Fresno State Blue, which honestly has faltered them and hindered them. So heading into this, is the blue team looking to like kind of like just clean things up and mainly just like combo utility at like just the right time. And this is something that both this team and Fresno State Red both need to improve on. So seeing this roster want to make those changes is a huge plus. Which then brings us over to what's going to be our first map pick for the night, and that is going to be Fracture. That's going to be our first pick for the night. Fracture, this 2-sided map with 2 entries on each side, is a demon for a lot of teams. Hence why it's low pick rate, especially in collegiate play. However, teams that know how to play around this map utilize this to the fullest. And that is exactly what Fresno State Blue wants to do. In their previous 3 matches, they've played Fracture twice. They've won Fracture twice. This has been like their go-to map to at least guarantee at least one map on the board. And heading into tonight, they're looking to keep this up as the blue team is set to face off against UBC Rose. And then following that, there is still another coordination as well with the map picks and bans. Let me see what UBC Blue went with. Alright, there hasn't been a pick for them as of yet. We'll go ahead and we'll figure that out once they get into the lobby. But I'm honestly super excited to see this team play. I've had the pleasure of, after the Fresno State Red Valorant matches, I've been able to like kind of like stop on by, see how Fresno State Blue is doing, and they've done a really solid job. This core with a returning player in Xenofate and Mimi has been crucial. And then they also have 3 new players in Mr. Clean, Fire, and Optic. And these players, I got to see them play, and they did a phenomenal job, especially Optic and Mr. Clean. These 2 new additions have just been great for this roster. And then you got Kiwi Burp, aka Mimi, a returning Fresno State White member who got bumped up to Blue, who just is not only just a really good, solid team manager in charge of like coordinating the team, getting streams up, but not only that, they've also been she's done a really good job of just being like the main, like almost like an IGL for the team. So I'm really excited to see how things play out. And we were about to get in, but player got kicked out, so we gotta wait a little bit longer. So do you know what? This just gives us a chance to talk a little bit more in depth, because I'm excited to see how both these teams, they are looking to take a step up. UBC, they just came off a loss, and so has Fresno State. And let me go ahead and let me just pull the schedule so I could go ahead and just further in detail go into this with you guys. As we go ahead, and we are just in a quick little tech pause here to start things off. You love to see it. All right, let's go ahead and pull up the NECC Emergence leaderboard. So right now, if we take a look at the standings, it's currently both Fresno State and UBC Rose sitting at middle of the pack. Fresno State even 5-5 in terms of maps. UBC currently 4-2 on the season, as their last score has yet to be determined. And let's see, we got the players all back into the lobby, and which gives us a little bit more time to preview a little bit. So for UBC, their last match was unfortunately rescheduled. That's going to be played on the 9th. Their last match they have played was all the way back on the 14th when they faced SFU Sapphire, a team Fresno State barely narrow loss to at the beginning of the season 2-1. But this UBC team hasn't played in nearly 3 weeks. So we'll see how things go from here. Fresno State, they are looking to bounce back after a 0-2 loss to USA Varsity. So we'll see how things go from here. But no, I'm excited to see how this team plays. Looks like both teams are set up and are finally ready to go. Hopefully, no one gets kicked out this time. Looks like we're jumping on into Fracture. We'll go ahead and look at the Fresno State Esports Agent Select. So, after talking with Fresno State, who's going to be on the defense first, expect... Ooh, never mind. We're not going to be seeing the Harbor coming into play. Maybe see Mr. Clean on the Harbor, as Xenofade locks in Breach instead, the main initiator player for Fresno State. And on a map like this, the best smoke you can typically ideally look for, you're looking at a Brimstone, but we have also seen Astra and Viper come into play as well. But an interesting call coming on in from BBC's composition with Red on the Astra. But now the question is, what's going to be that smokes? Are we seeing the Omen? Are we seeing maybe the Harbor? Brim has been like a big primary pick. And Fresno State, they're going to be sticking with the double duelist comp that they did kind of adapt from Fresno State Red. We're looking at probably primarily the race into the Jet. Breach, a solid initiator pick. I see that coming on in from both sides. I do also not mind the Neon pick coming on in from BBC Rose. And there's the Harbor pick coming on in from Mr. Clean. And that Harbor wall, like his whole entire kit except for his ult, all smokes. However, you gotta utilize it perfectly. Are you gonna be able to funnel out the cascades well enough to where they're blocking off the main entry points for the defense or for the attack, for that matter? And also taking into consideration, it also slows down that team as well. So with UBC running a Neon, that could potentially hurt them a little bit. It's just going to be a matter of, are they going to be able to utilize Harbor well enough? When we usually see Harbor, especially in primary competitive play, we mainly see Harbor run with double controller compositions. He's not meant to be able to run as a single controller, so this pick is a little bit of a gamble coming on through for Fresno State. But that doesn't mean it can't be a good pick. His wall is essentially just like a Viper wall, but it can be used on multiple sites. And we'll see how Fresno State is going to be able to run it as we head on into Fracture for map number 1. Fresno State going to be starting off on the defense, and it's going to be UBC Rose starting on the attack. And it looks like we are looking at a B-side hit based on the placement of absolute board for the side of UBC Rose. Asian Baguette ready to send off rip, looking for anyone picking off of boxes. Give potentially a free pick for his duelist. Walls are about to drop. We're going to head into the action to start off NECC Week 5 play. Going to start off with a concuss. Not going to fall through and find anyone through the fault line. Soldier going to make his way through. Gonna spot Optic with ease. He's going to dive on through. The concuss not going to activate in time as Mimi gets the second kill. But so far, it's Fresno State holding up fairly well here. The smokes from Red are able to give UBC the side here in a 4v2 opportunity. And absolutely gonna end up on the board, but Fire comes on through with a headshot as he throws the... Ooh, the paint show's not gonna connect though. Just leaves it up to Fire with 32 HP. Will he get the shots off? Yes, he will. And living on 2 HP. It's going to be Fire clutching away in a 2v1. Getting Fresno State up on the board first. And just a good clutch coming on through for Optic. Despite the numbers advantage, UBC played it really well on their side. Absolute took a really good position on drop. And they're able to pick off Fresno State 1 by 1. Fault line going to come on through to start things off as all members of UBC kind of stacked up on each other. Fire taking a peek on through. Not going to spot anyone as of yet, but UBC, they're playing close together. They're playing well. The flash going to come on through, and Fire's unfortunately going to lose the fight. Xenophage gonna be forced to play on back as your Astra smokes are coming on through, but no entry into sight as of yet. Fresno State playing back, no one advancing on through for the side of UBC, but they gotta watch out as there is one man watching all the way back. Optic, he's in a bad spot here, so he's gonna get found by Soldier, and that's gonna be a rotate coming on through for the side of UBC in the 5v3 advantage. It's gonna be Soldier trying to push on through. Gonna be sold for just the time being. A good concuss trying to spot Mr. Clean out of position. Mimi peeks on that, but won't be able to capitalize off and try to get any picks. And Fresno State, they are forced back. No numbers. They got a couple members weak. Xenophage able to trade out for one, but immediately traded on through. But a good post-man position coming on through, and that is a 50 round coming on through for the side of UBC Rose. And they are able to equalize things through. And a good job from UBC Rose there. Didn't play very aggressive, they were just playing together. And when you're in a 30 round like that, that's exactly how you need to play it.
Keep up the pressure.
Play your numbers. Just try to pick off the opponent one by one. And they did just that. They set each other up perfectly. And now they got weapons. And what should be Fresno State's bonus round is easily able to convert and give themselves a prime opportunity here to get an early 2-0 lead. And that's going to help as Soldier able to take down Optic. Mr. Clean in a bad spot here behind the boxes. Tries to swing on out and get a pick, but he won't be able to do so. And in a 5v3 once more, Fresno State, they don't have the weapons to take this and battle through. Fire has an opportunity, but his shots are not connecting. Absolute goes down. Mimi looking to trade with the ghost in hand.
Last player standing.
But isn't having any opportunities to pick off any picks. And that's going to be a flawless as UBC. They played out perfectly once again. And the shots just not connecting for Fresno State as UBC. They're able to take an early 2-1 lead. But weapons going to be equal on both sides. And UBC, rather than buying up, they're looking to save economy a little bit. So just sticking with the Spectre alongside Asian Baguette. And unfortunately for Optic, I don't think he's going to have enough to force up. He's just going to stick with the Sheriff. And this is a risky stick. And it's going to be Soldier trying to push on through. Ooh. And now it's Mr. Clean. Gonna utilize the tidal wave, and it's gonna be able to help him out as they're able to slow down one. Absolute with the swing, able to trade him on out. The fragment grenade comes on through, and that forces Xenofate to play on back. UBC once again have numbers. They have multiple members on site, but Soldier still playing a prime position on ropes. And that just leaves 2 members up. Xenofate with the pre-fire, but won't be able to take down Absolute. Fire left alone, has a showstopper in hand. Does he find the positions? He sticks it. And UBC, they're playing it smart. They know he's gonna have to activate the showstopper. And as the showstopper expires, they play it so well. They're able to double swing through. They secure the elimination. And UBC now up 3-1, and that's gonna force Fresno State to equal. Ooh, is Fresno State gonna be able to equal here? They're gonna need to coordinate a buy here. Because Optic was able to save up and able to potentially afford a hero rifle here. I think he's gonna stick with a Spectre though, it looks like. But even then, you got 3 members forcing on pistols. And hold up, Xeno connecting his shots. Quick to take out 2. And now Fire and the rest of the squad able to swing on out, but no members are there. Fresno State looking to regroup as they are able to pick up a couple rifles here. And now CBC looking to pivot, looking at potentially a B-side hit. Red just focusing through on halls, looking for anyone to overextend on A as Fresno State. They're still coordinating well. They're sticking, waiting to see if anyone potentially takes the zip line. But right now, it's just UBC waiting to make a move here. They know that they still have been playing this really well. They know they have a weapons advantage. They're looking to see if Fresno State, they may overextend. Asian Baguette picks up the ult orb. And here comes through the fault line.
30 seconds left.
And the Sage Wall going to coordinate perfectly. Spray is coming on through. The Nano Swarm gets activated as well. Fire trying to come on through on the flank. And it's going to be the Rolling Thunder. Going to leave unstunned. And Fire's going to be able to connect. And that leaves it just up to Red. Stunned and all alone. And he's going to be forced to play on back. He's not going to be able to connect with the spike. Fresno State are going to be able to take the lead. Now it's just all about damaging Fresno State's economy. But it won't be enough as Mimi secures the final one of the round. And Fresno State are able to narrow down the lead to 1. A great play coming on through for Xenofate. As 3 swung on 2 members for UBC, and they unfortunately just got caught lacking, didn't have their guns ready to be able to be deployed. Xenofate connects both the Sheriff shots, and that just shut down any push UBC had available. They're looking to have Soldier be that primary push, and Soldier, he's able to connect. Unfortunately, Absolute goes down, but the op taken out of play for Optic. The Cosmic Divide comes on through, and Soldier, he's going to try to advance on through. He activates the fast, and he's looking to clear everything on out. He's able to clear around tower, unfortunately stunned. But I don't think it's gonna matter. Red! So very low because of a great Nanostorm coming on through for Mimi. No Rolling Thunder to play off of this. Stage Shield gonna come on through. Xenofate playing as the main entry point. He's gonna be able to use the flash move, but it won't be enough.
Player standing.
And unfortunately for us, they picked off one by one. Mimi's gonna fall. And UBC advance on through. A back and forth affair so far from both sides. And right now, it's Absolute and Soulja making their mark on the server. 17 combined kills amongst the two. And I'm doing the math. That's more than the whole entire Fresno State squad combined. And then we still have the KO lockdown available. But however, Fresno State does have two ultimates. One of them already activated with the Blade Storm. But that's not going to help as UBC, they're looking to push on through. And the lockdown, that's just going to give UBC an even further advantage. Mr. Clean playing on drop, has an opportunity, but peeks out at the wrong time. And Fresno State once again falling one by one. And Optic going to be able to have his Blade Storms up and active once more. Tries to connect, nothing hitting though. And Fresno State, they're just getting picked off one by one. That just leaves it up to Optic here in a 1v5. What can you do here? Optic just looking to retreat. He might just be forced to just keep the rifle. And UBC utilizing Fracture to the fullest. They know that this map has two entry points for a reason. This makes it so attacker-sided. Like this map, I think had like a 60% win rate on the attack in VC play. Optic able to connect with one though. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough. The round's already lost. And we're looking at the bodies. Luckily, Optic, with using the Blade Storm, is able to buy up to a rifle alongside fire. But that just leaves Xenofate to face off with the Judge, team members of the Spectre. And UBC, they got full rifles. The only thing going for Fresno State is they do have a potential lockdown, but even then, they still gotta have members up and active. The Roomba knows there is gonna be one spotted. And with the fast lane, it's gonna be Soulja up and active again with another ultimate. And this is dangerous as Soulja, he's been able to connect first blood after first blood. He's able to pick up 3-4, dropping down to Optic. And Optic last man standing, and Red able to connect through the smoke. And that is now 5 consecutive rounds for UBC Rose. And things are looking rough for Fresno State. They haven't been able to coordinate anything at all just because of how UBC, they've just been able to just coordinate their attacks so well. The moment one person's about to enter on the drop, they're already entering through main. Soldier's already attacking through doors. And we're looking through that same hit. The flash gonna come on through. Not gonna send Xenofate well enough. But Xeno, he's able to connect with two. Asian Baguette, though, able to trade things out. And for the first time in a while, it's Fresno State to have the numbers. And we've seen UBC in this position before. Last time Soulja wasn't alive, they simply weren't able to just construct a round. And with Yaku and Asian Baguette on opposite sides, alright, they have an opportunity there as Asian Baguette is able to connect for one. Fault line gonna come on through, but is still gonna leave fire. Here he is somewhat vulnerable here with 67
One enemy
HP.
remaining.
Mr. Clean able to
Spike
connect
down
up
A.
onto drop, takes out Yakult. And that just leaves it up to Baguette.
Bomb buddy out.
2 members low for side of
30
Fresno
seconds
State.
left.
And Mimi only has a Spectre in hand. Luckily, with that body down in showers, that leaves the door open for Mimi. Baguette able to connect with 1. 24 HP, sprays through the box, able to connect with a second. But Spike is still at
10 seconds
drop.
left.
Spots Mimi, but Mimi only needed to connect 1, and she does just that. Avoids the 1v3 clutch coming on through for Baguette. And Fresno State back up on the board. And the deficit trimmed down to 3 now for Fresno State.
Placing swarm grenade.
And I think if you're watching this match, Fresno State's win condition, just take out Soja. Soja playing like a baby Bay Victor-esque Neon. And we saw this in the last split of the VCT circuit. Neon, such a good entry, especially on Fracture. But the moment the Neon goes down, you're left without any capability of doing anything. And the Rolling Thunder's gonna come on through. Soldier's that vulnerable here. Mr. Clean takes full optimization of it and is able to take down Soulja. Unfortunately, Soulja able to make out the most out of it. Is able to entry. And Absolute goes down, and right now, Fresno State,
Enemy remaining.
they have numbers, but Fire's able to exchange on out, gets the double. A good satchel jump, and even despite having a lower economy weapon, he's able to clean things on up, and Fresno State, they're able to convert 2 in a row. And the deficit now been cut to half. From 2 rounds to go, as Fresno State, they're just down 2. And with a double duelist composition Fresno State has, they're looking to do good on the attack. That's where they could utilize this Harbor very well. Because Harbor can solo anchor a site. So that leaves us just a very rough composition. But on the attack, it could be useful for them. It's just a matter of coordinating just a string of rounds. Give yourself some leeway heading into the attack. An optic peeks on through is going to be currently nullified by the 0 point. And Soldier looking at entry. Ooh! The dash from Optic throws off UBC. And the showstopper coming into play. Unfortunately, on the results into a Rosa. That's the spike. It's spotted by Fresno State. It's stepped in their targets. And as the tidal wave drops, that just leaves it up to Raid and Yakult to do something here.
Last player standing.
But as Red falls, it just leaves it up to Yakult, but he won't be able to do anything. It's a flawless round coming on through for the side of
Last
Fresno
round
State.
in the half.
And they have a chance, despite how things looked at around the 5th and 6th round. Things are starting to turn for the Dogs into their favor. Are they going to be able to equalize it heading into the half, or is UBC going to be able to pull up one more coordinated attack?
Placing swarm
They still have the economy.
grenade. Alarm bot out.
And they haven't hit a site in a while. Since that round where simply Xenofade just caught them lacking entering through doors. The 0 point. Gonna suppress fire for a little bit. And this could give Soldier the opportunity to try to push on through. The cut's coming on through, but the Rolling Thunder gonna force Soldier to play back. And absolutely, he won't be able to capitalize off anything. Soldier usually makes noise, distracts the team, and give Absolute the opportunity to push on through. But with Soldier forced to play back because of Xenofade's Rolling Thunder, Absolute went down. Luckily, he's going to be able to be resurrected there, but he's only going to have 100 HP. No shields in his favor. And UBC, they're looking to pivot. They're rotating on through. But Fresno State, they're still holding strong.
Here.
And Optic goes down. That is leaves Mimi to hold it down solo.
Down.
Flash is coming on through.
You are divided.
Spike planted.
Mimi playing up in tower. But here comes the fast lane though. For Soldier, gonna be able to dodge the concusses. And Red in a perfect position here to just pick off Fresno State one by one as the Cosmic Divide falls. Mr. Clean able to take down one, but down to 21 HP. The glass cannon goes down. That leaves it up to Xenofate, who doesn't have much either as he is quickly taken on out. UBC able to put up one more as we head
Switching sides.
into the half. And we could go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard. And it's Soldier that's just been able to put up a clinic on how to optimize Neon perfectly on Fracture. 14 kills. And not to mention, a lot of those kills have been First Bloods. He's been able to just make chaos. And I'm looking for him to play very aggressive on the defense.
Right there.
Just use the concusses he has available in his kit and look for another First Blood. And Fresno State, they're looking to attack him. He's going to be concussed really quickly off the fault line. Peeks on out, takes a little bit of damage, and he's forced to retreat on back. And Optic able to get one with the headshot, but Soldier able to capitalize and exchange shots. And Fire,
Down A.
in a battle of his own, is able to take down one. Leaves it up to Mimi. A ghost in hand.
I got the spike.
Takes a battle with Absolute. The Fabric Grenade unfortunately blocked. Mimi gonna plant. And it's just the initiators left. And just a perfect utilization here from Asian Baguette. And that is one more round in favor of UBC Rose. They're gonna win the pistol. And we saw this last time from UBC when they were playing. They were able to win the pistol, or they lost the pistol round, but they were able to convert even with the lower economy. And now that they got the higher economy heading into that anti-eco round, I'm looking for them to convert very well here. And for us to say, they just got to group together here. Weapons in hand. Nothing much they can do here. And they spotted Soldier overextended to try to take a pick from underpass. The first of two cascades comes on through for Mr. Clean. But for us to say, they're looking to see if they can spot anyone just overextended here. And UBC, they're thinking for us it's making a pivot. But really, it's Soldier that still remains right here. The paint shot's gonna come on through, but unfortunately it takes a bad bounce. And Soldier able to take down one, able to take down a second. He is holding it down here in towers. He's able to take down three.
One enemy remaining.
And can he convert the ace now? So he has four. It's just up to Fire. Soldier pushing on through. He's able to convert on through with the ace.
Mistake. I'm out of here.
And unfortunately for Fresno State, they just didn't have any weapons to spray on through onto Soldier. And with that, that puts Soldier over 20 kills. And he still has his overdrive too. And Fresno State with a full drive, with a full buy. That overdrive, unfortunately, might not be used. Hold up. He might be able to make some damage here on the flank. And he's gonna have time too. Gonna get spotted by the turret though. He's gonna try to spray on through, and he comes in with a crossfire of 5 members. And unfortunately, that's all the information UBC needs. Red trying to play it close. And Red, he's able to convert for 1 with the Spectre. Won't be able to trade on out with the second though. Fresno State have numbers and they have the weapons. But we've seen UBC with 3 members suppressed. Absolute spots where potentially 2 may be. He's looking to make the first swing, and he swings and able to take down 1 before getting traded on out. Mr. Clean, the only member on site for the side of Fresno State. He's spraying on through, trying to play through his cascade. He has the most HP of all the members here. 2 glass cannons playing on through 4 main for the dogs. The flashpoint coming on through, but not going to get anyone blinded. UBC, they got to make a move here now. Clean, able to get 1, but won't be able to convert the second. Innocent Cold just stuck in the Spikes everlasting rampage. And Fresno State, they're going to be able to deny the bonus round. And they're going to be able to reach a 6-9 score line. But damage was done to Fresno State's economy though. They had to pull force there. You needed that round just to make sure UBC didn't reach double digits. But with that solid series of rounds CBC were able to pull up, they were able to buy full rifles, and Fresno State, they're going to have to eco here with 2 Spectres. And Soldier trying to pay through underpass, and he's forced retreat on back. Able to deal a little bit of damage, but takes a little bit of damage himself. And Fresno State, they've been playing together here. They're attacking as a pack. And Soldier trying to peek on down. He's going to cost. Soldier once again goes down first for UBC. And that gives Fresno State numbers. However, UBC, they have all the members on the side. And now they're going to maybe try to pivot. Try to anticipate any move Fresno State has. Fresno State quickly to rotating through main. The tidal wave going to come on through. Xenofate giving entry point for this team, but no one here to contest the site. And Mr. Clean's gonna try to plant, but it's gonna be not gonna be able to for the short time being.
You should run.
And here comes the lockdown from Mimi, and that's gonna force CBC to kind of have to play back. 2 members press, they go down in this 3-3. And hold up. Absolute. He's gonna be suppressed.
Suppressing. 1 suppressed.
And UBC, they're looking to hit side hard. The fall line gonna set up perfectly as it has Mr. Clean stunned. But they don't counter for the people that are up in main.
Now that was the worst.
Mimi and Fire able to clean things up for Fresno State. And Fresno State, they are able to reach 7 on the round. And Fresno State able to string 2 together here. And are able to keep weapons as well. Optic 1 away from the Blade Storm here. So Fresno State played it smart. They could get that Blade Storm to Optic and allow him to be able to potentially play for an op. And then other than that, you do also have one other. You have Mr. Clean also with an ultimate available as well. And starting off here, Fresno State for the first time actually split up. They're able to get that Blade Storm for Optic, as I said. Optic, he's going to have to make the most out of his Blade Storm. He doesn't have any other weapons to work with. And after hearing the Ultra get utilized, a majority of the members are at B for UBC, which opens up the doors for Fresno State to counterattack. But Soldier, he's got a judge in hand. Xenofate! Soldier tried playing off of Red's death! And he peeks out the war sign of Fresno State. They are given a free sight. And now it's going to be UBC. Are they going to be able to plan for the retake here? Absolute gets the headshot on fire. And hold up. Numbers are now even for UBC. They might not have the weapons just yet. But they are coordinating a string of attacks as Absolute is steamrolling over Fresno State, but won't be able to take down Mimi. His killing spree goes down.
Enemy remaining.
But that still leaves it up to Yakult. A 1v1 with Mimi, who still has 4 HP. Can Yakult connect the shot? The Nano Swarm comes on through.
Bomb grenade out.
And that's going to delay the plant. Mimi going to convert another round with that 3rd kill. And Fresno State, they narrow down the lead to 1. They're crawling their way back. And things are looking a little bit better for Fresno State. And UBC, they're down to their last possible full buy. This is a round they need to convert. Otherwise, we're heading into a tie with them having to be playing on Nico. And Fresno State coordinated all together here on B main. Looking to see if Soldier tries to overextend once more, but Kai is playing all the way back at the other side of attacker spawn. And UBC already all grouped together. The showstopper now up for fire. Add the smoke now disappears. Fresno State playing this conservative, hoping UBC makes a move first. Who's going to be the one that tries to make the opening shot? Soldier has an opportunity to connect with the headshot and takes down Xenofate.
30 seconds left.
The only flash Fresno State has now gone. Optic forced to play back, but now it's Fire looking to entry on through. Gonna fire the showstopper, and he's able to connect for 2. Down to 3 HP. Good business. Seeing him the opportunity to advance through. Nothing to work with so far for UBC. Soldier, though, finally left alive. He still has a fast lane, which can open up a room of opportunity here as he takes out Optic. And hold up, the alarm bot kind of delays. And that might have cost it for Fresno State. As someone that should have been vulnerable is still left alive. Fire is able to throw down the paint shells. He's going to go down. And UBC, they win the round they needed to get. Are they going to be able to defuse in time? No, they won't. Fire able to delay just long enough. UBC were able to take away Fresno State's lives. But unfortunately for them, they weren't able to do it fast enough as Fresno State have now tied things up. And after that round, UBC, they're going to call a timeout. And this gives us an opportunity to look at the leaderboard here. Fire is firing now on all cylinders. 16 kills. Mr. Clean's just been setting up his team so well with the Cascades, with this tidal wave. 8 assists, the second most Soldier in the server alongside Soldier. But Absolute, he slowed down for UBC. So has Asian Baguette. UBC has made these rounds close. But this timeout's desperately needed as Fresno State. They've converted 4 in a row. And after Soldier took down Xenofate, things look strong for UBC. Luckily for them, they still have 3 ultimates. They have a res up and active. The Cosmic Divide can set up perfectly for a post plant.
Move.
Absolute. With his lockdown, can also set up too. So this round, if utilized correctly for UBC, can allow them to maintain the lead. But Fresno State, they're looking to hit this A side hard as 4 members are already grouped up and leaving the Colt all alone. Flash flying high from Love, gonna set up fire. Darumba not gonna connect on your Colt as the Colt finally goes down. And Optic able to get one from the flank who played through doors. But Red able to get a kill of his own. Red barely gonna escape with his life. A 4v3 in favor of Fresno State. The Rolling Thunder up for Xenofate as well if they wanted to. But that's going to be delayed as the lockdown is up. But Mr. Clean able to convert on through and able to get one. 2v1. But right now, it's just Ace and Baguette who won't be able to get the res as Mr. Clean and Fire are able to convert. And Fresno State are going to be the first to reach double digits. And a whole lot of ultimates up for UBC, however. That overdrive could be a make or break here for UBC. If Soldier could just connect for 2, that sets up UBC perfectly to tie things up once more. Because for us, they've had a forced economy over and over again. Soldier pushed on through and he's able to connect for 1, but won't be able to get a second. But for us, State now left with only 1 half smoke, and that's gonna have to be Optic.
Here.
Optic has his dash activated, but won't be able to use it. But lockdown gonna come on through from underpass. And Optic's gonna caught Red trying to rotate out. An absolute trying to make most out of the opportunity. He's detained! And for the second time tonight, UBC caught detained. Fire takes down Asian Baguette, and that leaves it up to 2. They only have to resurrect up.
Last player standing.
But Xenofate is able to pick up Absolute, leaving it up to Yakult, but he won't be able to do anything. Xenofate picks up the final 2, and that brings Fresno State up to double ones. The Dogs are now up to 11, their largest lead of the night. And UBC, they're going to try to force and things are looking grimmer and grimmer for UBC Rose on the Fresno State map pick. And they're looking for Soldier to try to come up with a good flank once more, as Fresno State right now, they are separated. Red has a good position here to pick off anyone that may want to play off ropes. And ooh, smart move from Mimi. Use the turn, and they know Soldier's on the flank now. And now Fresno State's aware, and they are cautious. And your Colt, the only one that kind of ecoed here. Ooh, never mind. It is going to be walled off now. The Colt going to try to battle through the smoke as Red makes Fresno State pay. And hold up, we got a round coming on through from UBC.
Standing. Spike down. B.
Leaves it up to Xenofate. Dodges the concuss. A judge in hand. Spike. Not in his sights. A good blind, he's able to pick off your Colt. But a good swing from Asian saves Soldier's life as he's able to escape with So little health. The lead is now halved. And a good round from UBC. These gamble sacks finally coming through. As Rose, playing the tight angle with the judge,
Right there.
is able to convert on a must-win round for UBC. And it keeps their dreams alive. And they have economy still to buy into the next round if they do go down. Things going to start off with Fresno State trying to push up halls through main to try to hit the A site. A tidal wave in combination with a rolling thunder is forcing UBC to retreat. A rolling thunder. Ooh, a showstopper comes on through and is able to take down Absolute. 3 ultimates still available as well. The counter rolling thunder comes on through and that's going to open up the door for Soldier. He's able to connect for 1. Soldier able to take down a second before getting traded on out by Kiwi. Mimi still alive. Underneath, a good flash.
One enemy remaining.
And that's going to leave it up to Mimi, who's going to be concussed by a good play from Red. And UBC, they're going to be able to tie things up. And they only had always a single ultimate there. You still have a resurrection up. And that could turn the tides of around. And it's something where it's been super close all the way up into the end.
I should play some Astral Stars in this reality.
This is huge for UBC. They're finally getting some momentum on their sides, and Fresno State, they're looking to try to get one forceful full buy-in. And Fresno State, they're split up. They got 3 pushing up on A. Through halls, through main. But Fire is able to connect for a first blood. And that's actually going to force UBC to rotate. But I don't think Soldier's going to be aware as of yet. Yeah, he's going to be able to hear the footsteps. Able to catch Mimi. Soldier, he's going to try to run away and he's able to live. But Fire catches him overextended and now it's UBC. They're looking to rotate on through from their spawn. But yeah, Cole, he isn't expecting the people coming on through for the other side of the attacker spawn. And now it's Fresno State with 3 members on the site. An absolute force to just play it on Stu. Slow as he pushes through defender spawn. Has his core kit up and available. Throws the fragment, but that's not getting anyone that's playing up on boxes. The phone line getting used by Xenoblade isn't going to spot Absolute, who's trying to swing and play through ropes into tower. Spots the body of Mr. Clean. He's going to be able to take him out. And Absolute able to do damage to the economy, and he's just going to rotate on out. And Xenofate playing on back. Looking to see if he tries to make a move, but no, he won't. And Absolute, he's just going to live with this life. And Fresno State, they set themselves up at match point. Oh, they got to watch out. Absolute! He could have done some damage to the economy heading into this final round. But he opted to save the rifle. Things are even. And Mr. Clean, he's bringing out an Odin. Interesting choice. Soldier can play aggressive as the following's gonna come on through.
I suggest you move.
And here we go. The Harbor utility coming on through, and this is gonna spot anyone on the A site. Bray's coming on through. And Soldier takes a couple of fragments and shots. And the shrapnel's gonna bring him down to 16. Optic able to convert with 1 with the blade storm before going down to Absolute. The overdrive's still up for Soldier though. Things are even across the board. But Fire takes down Soldier. Two members though on Fresno State. The Cosmic Device gonna come on through. And the people that are playing up and main are gonna be able to be left. But Xenofit and Clean are holding things down on the site. And it's Fresno State able to clean things up as they narrowly escape the comeback from UBC. Despite the best efforts from UBC Rose, they won't be able to clean things up, and it's Fresno State that are gonna be able to take map number 1. Man. And what a way to start the night. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the scoreboard real quick. Soldier made his presence felt on how to play a duelist. 28 kills with 7 first bloods. No wonder the man came in with a 368 ACS for his team. But at the end of the day, it's Fresno State that are able to convert on a strong attack. And we look at the timeline. Fresno State, they won 8 of the last 10 rounds. And I told you, they were looking to play on the attack more than anything. Because this composition was made to work around the duelist and the harbor. Just by what people say, harbor, like we've seen it said time and time again, harbor, he can't be the lone man to play by himself. That's true for the defense. But at the end of the day, it was their attack that worked out in their favor. Because right now it's Fresno State. They come in with a 1-0 lead. And we're heading on into split. I'm just going to say this right now. Things are looking close. UBC Rose, they're playing this really well. Very well coordinated. But the question is, now that they're heading on into their own map pick, are they going to be able to do enough to be able to force a map 3? Or is Fresno State going to be able to kind of like take this momentum they have from this attack side and bring it on over into split? I unfortunately don't have the answer, but maybe we'll have the answer in a bit as we're going to take a quick little break, take a short little intermission as Fresno State heads into the break with a 1-0 lead over on UBC Rose. We're going to come back after a short little break.
Go.
Hum Beats.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast as we are getting set and ready to go for map number 2 in this best of 3 between Fresno State Blue and UBC Rose. Once again, I am your caster and director for the night, Ricky J. And next up on the agenda is we are going to be having Split coming on into the rotation next. Split brought back into the rotation after this previous season, taking place of Breeze, and we're glad to see this map come back on into play. But now the question is, with this pick being UBC Rose's pick, is Fresno State going to be able to counterattack and come away with a 2-0 victory over the team? Like I said, it might have been a while for UBC Rose. They haven't played any matches since their previous game nearly 3 weeks ago. So it's been a while since we've last seen UBC Rose play, because their match that was supposed to take place last week got rescheduled to this week. And in addition to that, we also had their match before that end up in a forfeit. So it looks like both teams are set up and ready to go. And then we will be able to take you on into the agent select in just a little bit once both teams are set up and loaded up and ready to go. For Split, I would not be surprised if we see Raze in this composition at all. Raze is a major pick here on Split. This is Raze's original playhouse. And I will not be surprised to see her come back into play. In addition to that, just in terms of like what else we could see, almost every initiator other than maybe Breach can be played on this. If you're talking about like clearing sites, a Sky could be used really well. I've seen a lot of Fade be used as well because of all the rooftops that are available. Sage also going to be a really strong pick as well for mid control. Don't be surprised if we see an Astra as well coming on in through the side of UBC. And it looks like both teams are set up and ready to go, and we're able to jump on through. It's going to be UBC that is going to be on the right, on the left. Fresno State going to be on the right. Let's go ahead and jump on into the agent select. And oops, scratch that. We're switching things up. It's going to be UBC that's going to be on the right, and Fresno State's going to be on the left. My mistake in here, chat. But looking at compositions. Fresno State's main initiator, Xenofade, flexing on in, going to be playing on the Sage for that mid control, also for the postman alongside Mimi on the Killjoy. And for the side of UBC, Red switching on up, going to be playing on the Viper with the Occult, possibly on locked in on the Omen. For initiator, both teams are opting for the KO. Also a really good solid pick here. This flash could be used from either behind the back lines or just simply as a secondary duelist. But both teams coming on in with a single duelist. But Fresno State opting for the double sentinel composition. However, for the side of UBC, that Viper pick from Red, essentially a second sentinel. Viper has so much lurk potential here on this map. And it could play a crucial key factor here. We're getting set up. We're getting ready to go. And Fresno State, they are going to be on the defense once more. To start things off, we'll see how UBC coordinates their first attack. The spike looks like it's making its way over to the A side as they're making a switch. And here we go. sprays coming out through on mid. And the 0 point. Gonna be able to detain one. Azu, an interesting switch coming on in through for UBC. They're looking to kind of push on through. A hard push coming on through, and Fresno State, they're forced to kind of retreat. A right click, able to connect for Mr. Clean. But that still leaves numbers in favor for UBC. Spike gonna enter sight. Xenofade not able to connect shots, but none of them landing for an limb. A fabric grenade coming on through. And Optic peeks out at the worst sign as Mimi goes down. But Optic and Xenofade able to swing on out. Optic healed back to full health. Does have a flashpoint available. Able to connect for one. And Xeno and Optic swing off perfectly. Making this a 2v1. Leaves up to Yakult. But Yakult won't be able to connect. And Fresno State able to convert on the 2v3. And right now it's Fresno State up on the board first once again. And I really love the play from UBC. Not many teams try to utilize mid, push all the way up, and enter A. Especially as a group there, they played it perfectly. They played a good post plan as well, I think. It just happens to be that Optic and Xenofade swung it well enough to where they were able to take the 1v1 fights they needed. And just took full advantage of it. And Fire overextended, caught out by Red. And Mr. Clean playing the tight angle here. A little bit controller v controller action. Has to be careful. The 0 point getting a spot 2. As UBC, they have 3 of their members playing up on mid. Asian Baguette close on the wall. And Xenofade just playing for distance here. Knows that UBC's down to pistols. And look at this from Red. He is pushed deep into Fresno State territory. And he's already cleared off this upper stairwell up into heaven. And I don't think Fresno State's ready for it. Never mind, I stand corrected. Mr. Clean now holding down the sight. And Mr. Clean, can he be able to clean up with the second? Yes, he can. One more goes down. He's able to convert with the third. And that just leaves it up to a lurking soldier. Playing on the Cypher. A big change of direction compared to that Neon he played with earlier. He's going to be suppressed and spotted by the 0 point. They know his position roughly. Was able to pick up a Spectre and able to convert with 1. No 78 HP. He won't be able to convert. Mr. Clean converts with a 4K on the round. And Fresno State, despite taking a little bit more damage than needed, they're able to convert on the anti-eco. But UBC, they're going to come on in with full buys, rifles in hand of every single member. Maybe looking at potential A-side hit once again. And off hearing footsteps, Xenofate. Oh, he's going to swing it. He's able to get the first blood off Asian Baguette. Soldier, though, able to trade it on out. Mid. Open once more. Looking at positions, though, A-side is free for however UBC wants to play it. And with all 4 members grouped up, they're pushing on through. And they're clearing out every single angle. But no one contesting up on top. And that's just going to leave it to a 4v4. Fabric Grenade. Force the rest of the members that are up on tower to play back. Mr. Clean. Peeks on out. Able to take a couple shots, but nothing connecting as of yet. All members of UBC playing back. 2 up on tower and 2 playing from T-spawn or CT spawn. And the 0 point gonna suppress 2. A flash from Optic comes on through. Fire able to spray on through. Satchel jumps into side. He's able to convert for 2 or make it 3. And Fresno State, they're gonna sweep away UBC. And holy cow, look at the HP left on both Mimi and Fire. A combined 13 HP. But they're able to convert on the bonus. And a great retake coming on through for Fresno State. The way they played it out. A good setup by Optic using the flashpoint. Then connecting that with a satchel jumping Fire. Pushing on through all the way from tower. It just set up perfectly. And a little bit of a force coming out through from UBC a little bit. This is an interesting call considering that most of your team could potentially full buy next round. But they're still going to just hope that Hero Specters come on into play. And Red, once again, had an opportunity to go up ramps and maybe try to pick off Mr. Clean. Try to take that 1v1 once again, but he's forced to retreat on back. As Sanitation might get trying to entry, but he's not going to be able to convert the entry kill. And that just leaves the spike all the way there onto the side where no one is there to pick it up. Yeah, cold smoked off and now suppressed. And Fire, he's watching mid. Fire, not like this. Okay, good. And that just leaves up to a Colt. Able to get the first. But only has Sheriff in hand. And 25 HP. Does have In the Shadows ready to go. Oh my gosh, he sprayed on through though. And that's not going to help Xenofate. With a little help from Optic. Are going to be able to take him out the server. And Fresno State keep this up with a flawless 4-0 on the board so far. And I stand a little bit corrected. I would like to give an apology. As Soldier and Absolute are still able to buy. But they're down to... But Soldier's already down to nothing. And the Neural Theft also available. So if they could just get Soldier up on the board, they can be set up to get the picks they need, especially with 3 contesting on A for Fresno State. But the Showstar, we're going to be activated. Fire, pushing on through, gonna spot Soldier, and Soldier goes down. Fire, not looking good with 11 HP. And that's not going to help with Red pushing up through ramps. And UBC, for the first time, have numbers in their favor. And they're going to be able to get a plant down. And they do have the Viper's Pit available. And Fire caught off guard. And that leaves up to Mimi after Xenofate goes down. Mimi able to get 1. 0 point gonna detect and suppress. And a good headshot coming on through for Absolute. UBC, they're finally able to put 1 up on the board. And despite the strong start coming on through for Fresno State at the start of the round, and thanks to Fire, it's Red that's able to make his impact felt for UBC. As Fresno State, not the best buy, with the judge coming in hand. Spray's coming on through the 0 point, taken out. And UBC playing a little bit of a default spike left in sewers, but is going to be picked up. The wall already taken out by Soldier. So this is an opportunity if they want to try to take mid. They only got to contest with Xenofade here. And it looks like they're going to do just that. The team rotating quietly and steadily. Smoke going to come on through. And Soldier going to win the first fight. The North are going to come on through, and it's going to be able to help. And the 0 point also negated as well. And now they know where the members of Fresno State are up. Asian Baguette trying to entry, but he's going to go down. A flash coming on through for Optic, but he's not going to try to contest. But that lockdown might just help out the dogs. Mr. Clean pushing their own tower, has stretch in hand. He's going to have to take these close range fights. He swings on out. He's going to be able to take down Absolute. A 4v2, make it a 3v2. A 2v2 if you consider that Optic's down, but he's back up. The Shadow Cloak coming on through, but Mr. Clean takes out Yakult with a judge. And Fresno State are able to pick things back on up. They are back up with 5. And a great retake coming out there for Fresno State. Especially with the way they were able to play things out, the lockdown. Just negated any post-plan advantage UBC had. And then with Mr. Clean just simply playing with the judge, able to take the quarters fights he needed, it just set Fresno State up perfectly. And Red, once again, trying to take these first fights. When we've seen Red play like this, it gave UBC the opportunity to take that first round. And with them grouped up here, the smoke goes down. That's going to give them the opportunity to try to advance on through. Sight is open and free for them as they play through. That just leaves Optic and Mr. Clean, who were trying to contest that tower, gone. They can't do anything. And the lockdown going to be able to negate and suppress too. And oh no, the paint shells is going to spot Absolute. Absolute able to get away, but he's still going to go down. And the Killjoy lockdown coming on through. And UBC, they're going to be forced to run away. But one by one, they're falling. Just see Soldier, the last one up, and he's going to go down. A fantastic ultimate coming on through by Mimi. And the post-plant retake executed perfectly for Fresno State. Maybe not expecting 2 to go down to 1 person. And off Fresno State reaching 6. Red is going to call a timeout. And Fresno State, they're looking strong. And split. Let's go ahead and we'll talk about the map real quick. Because we got 20 seconds to discuss before, or 40 seconds to discuss. Because one thing taking in mind, this map has always been favorable to the defense. That's why teams love running the double sentinel. For instance, back during the LCQ, 100 Thieves, they ran the double sentinel composition before it was taken out. And it worked very well. But however, with the changes they made, even just by making it leaning towards the attack a little bit more, it's still really good for teams that do run a double sentinel, especially if you have players that are able to hold it down. But I think one thing that stands out is that Fresno State, they're playing together. They're giving UBC the opportunity for a free sight just to have numbers heading into the post plant. They're playing as if they were on the attack. And right now, it's working well. Can Fresno State be able to continue to convert this, though? As their communication, it's kind of been on point so far in the second map, even with it not being their map pick. And Mr. Clean, he's just going to spray on through. And finally, for the first time in a while, UBC, they're looking to try to contest. And a flash from Optic, not going to help as Absolute swings off of it. And able to convert with 2. And hold up, Xenofate. He's making some damage of his own. Xenofate, unfortunately, with no heals, doesn't have a res up either. And this could be a dangerous, thrifty round here for Fresno State, and I think they might just be opting to save. Looking at the economy, Eco's not looking good for Mimi, not looking good for Fire. Probably best in their favor to just save the rifles. And they're going to do just that. Spike going to indicate the sign of the thrifty for UBC. And Fresno State's going to be able to keep their weapons. And once again, and I think that's the first time someone other than Red tried contesting up a tower. And worked well. Playing off that flash Optic tried throwing. It paid off perfectly. Because Absolute was able to swing off. And he got 2 with the Sheriff. And once again, mid control established by Fresno State. The wall is cracked and sprayed through. And ooh, a good 0 point coming out through from Absolute as well. Able to negate and suppress 2. But Xenofate, he's able to get the first blood though. Does take a little bit of damage, but luckily playing the battle stage, able to heal on up just a little bit. Mr. Clean holding any entry coming on through into the A side with the judge in hand. But however, the site or the spike is currently in Baguette's hands, and it may be rotating its way back to mid. The 0 point going to be thrown once more. And Xenofate takes a shot, and that leaves Soja low. Or Optic, I mean. But oh no, Mr. Clean, he's playing this close. And that's once again forcing UBC to play back. And I'm sorry for no game sound once again. But Mr. Clean, he's playing this well with the judge. He's going to drop the judge. Pick up a Vandal. The Shadow Cloak. Or the Paranoia. Not going to get Mr. Clean. HMAC get with the trade, but Xenofate's going to be able to get the trade. And Fresno State are now up 7-2. And right now, the Dogs have momentum on their side. Guns back up to even though on both sides. Rifles able to be afforded on the side of UBC Rose. But Fire looking to play aggressive here. Dives on through, but dives straight into Crossfire. And the Neuro Thrift gonna be up and active, and that forced Mr. Clean to spray, and he's able to get 2. But Absolute should be able to get rezzed.
Last player standing.
And it leaves it to a 2v1 for Xeno. Gonna be able to get 1. Can he get the final shot? No, he can't. And Absolute left with 6 HP.
If I power down, restart me. You leave me for scrap, I'll kill you.
And almost. Xenofate almost able to come away with the 1v3. And Fire did his best just to take the morale out of UBC. Granted, Mr. Clean almost knew as well. But at the end of the day, UBC, they're finally going to be able to get their third round on the board. And right now, with the way the players are split, 1 in sewers, 3 looking to contest at A4 UBC, and 1 playing all the way back at mid as well. The wall, not, okay, never mind. The wall was thrown up, but already destroyed once again. Fire not looking to take a close range fight once again as he's playing all the way back. Could potentially have a first pick, but this wall probably going to go up shortly. So that viewpoint of his going to be gone before he even has the opportunity, as both members of UBC and Asian and Soldier are rotating for an A side hit. The 0 point coming on through as well. And Mr. Clean holding it tight with the judge, able to get a 1. Gonna throw out the paranoia, but that's not gonna get the Colt, but he will not care. The Viper's Pit active. It's gonna be a 2v4. The showstopper up for Asian Baguette. But unfortunately, it's just gonna go to waste. But Mr. Clean, he's gonna spot Asian back in. That just leaves it up to 1. Red. Oh, he's in the cubby. He's gonna be able to get 1 with the judge. Gets a second. Can he convert the 1v4? He's able to get the 3rd. Mr. Clean. Decayed. Takes shots. And this is looking good for Red, and he's able to convert. Red plays it so well inside the Viper's pit. You cannot take out the queen in her pit, and Red shows just that. And now it's UBC with an opportunity here to narrow down the lead to 7-5. And UBC. And we're looking at economy. Xenofate could only force up to a stinger. But Optic, he's holding up at mid. They finally contest at mid. Have someone peeking. And oh no, fire. He's diving on through. Tries to take a shot of showers, but it won't be able to convert. And Red, Mr. Clutch himself, goes down. And the key factor for UBC goes down. And both members of UBC forced to play back. They're taking the shots they needed, but Xenofate is able to connect with both. And Fresno State able to pick things back up.
Switching sides.
Take a 8-4 lead. We haven't been able to look at the scoreboard in a little bit, so let's go ahead and take a look. And Mr. Clean and Xenofate are the top of the leaderboards. As Mr. Clean with 16 kills, just taking the close quarter combat as needed, taking a page out of potentially Gozy from Fresno State Red. Mr. Shotgun Man himself, as Mr. Clean got a majority of his kills, I think, with the judge. And then Xenofate just able to hold up well, coordinate well with the rest of the team, take the fights he needs, getting a lot of multi-kill frags. And Asian Baguette has an opportunity to use the paint shells and get a lot of damage here. Paint shells coming on through. Not going to be able to get enough damage though. And the wall going to come on through. And Fresno State, they're looking to hit the B side hard.
Tripwire destroyed.
Soldier the lone man anchoring on side. Fire, Satchel jumping away. And Fire's going to be able to clear things away. Soldier not giving any indication though on where the cam's at. And a double swing comes on through, and Soldier able to pick off with 1. UBC looking to entry. But right now it's Fresno State that have the numbers here. A good flash coming on in through Optic, able to blind 1. And a good plane shot from Fire though, as he's able to convert with 3 on the round. And Fresno State, no heroics this time around. They're going to be able to convert and take over the pistol. And Fresno State have an opportunity to hit double digits first heading into the anti-eco round. And geez, one thing I forgot to mention, Optic, he has 12 assists.
Time to explode.
He's one away from tying about the amount of assists UBC has. And Fresno State, they're looking to hit side hard. The one way gonna come on through. But I don't think Fresno State's gonna care. There's no tripwire that was used by Soldier, and Fresno State, they're looking to just dive through.
Plant the spike. Plant the spike.
An interesting position here. And that's going to be a 5v5 postman needed for UBC. And Fresno State, they're just playing tight cornered angles. Shots firing on through. Soldier connects still for the first blood. Are they going to be expecting this tight angle? Fresno State's playing, and they're not ready for it. Xenofade and Clean get 2 apiece. And Fresno State, they're able to convert on the eco round. Playing it a little bit cheeky there with the judge, but it won't matter. Fresno State reaching double digits heading into the bonus round. UBC gonna have 4 rifles. And Mr. Clean gonna stick with the judge. And the 0 point gonna come on through. It's gonna spot 4. Four gonna remain suppressed, and UBC, they're looking to rotate. However, the spike making its way through sewers. No sound indication coming on through from the rest of the team. And now Fresno State, they're looking to hit it hard. The wall gonna come on through. And now is Asian Baguette able to contest here. Has his paint shells. But Xenofade looking to swing. He's gonna be able to swing, but won't be able to connect his shots. Optic, though, luckily able to get the trade of his own. And the Roomba gonna come on through, but it's not gonna be able to spot Soldier in time.
Spike planted.
2v make it a 1v4. Leaves it all up to Optic, who's not gonna be able to connect with the Spectre. The bonus denied, and UBC are finally back up on the board.
Strike at their weak points. If one link breaks, the rest
UBC
will follow.
have their deficit down to 5. But Fresno State, they're going to have full weapons, full rifles in hand. And we'll see how things are able to play on out. A couple of the fights they could have taken simply did not go in their favor due to weaponry. Are they going to be able to clear out the corners and take the fights they need? The 0 point quickly shot out. And ooh, I like the reposition here from Soldier. He's going to be playing up on A. And that's exactly where the spike is heading. Once again, Fresno State grouped up together. But Absolute, he's in prime position here. The flash going to come on through. And he tries to turn away, and it's going to cost him his life. And now it's Fresno State looking to advance on through.
Suppress it.
The 0 point not going to spot Soldier, who's playing on back. Fire tries to entry. Soldier going to be able to connect with 2. But as he goes down, that's going to give opportunity for the spike to be deployed. Just the 2 sentinels and the duelist up. Postmine set up perfectly for Fresno State. Everyone playing together, though. No paint shells. One more snakebite gonna be used. And Xenofade tries to take a fight, but won't be able to win it. But luckily, Fire and Kiwi win their own battles. And it's Fresno State back up to 11.
I got this. there.
And despite the good chance at a retake, taking the 1v1 needed at the start, UBC, they got one last goodbye in them before match point. But that's going to help out as Asian Bagant's able to connect. The one person that ecoed is able to convert. And the Viper Spin used at mid. It's shutting down Fresno State. And that's going to force Mimi and Optic just to reposition. Or Mr. Clean, rather, to reposition. And no, economy doesn't look good on Fresno State's side either. 3 had to force up. So you're just hoping that maybe UBC overextends this time? But with the way things are, mid's in perfect control. Yeah, Sojo holding it down perfectly as a Cypher on B. UBC, they're making sure they keep every single weapon up.
Swarm grenade out.
Red, already giving an indication thanks to the nanoswarm. In 30 seconds here, I don't think Fresno State's going to try to make a move. Hold up, we're actually seeing some signs of action. Never mind, they're running away. They're going back to mid. The turn's going to be put up. Fresno State, they're just going to opt to save.
10 seconds
Only
left.
10 seconds here. UBC. Thanks to a Viper Spin once again. And Fresno State, they're going to be able to, or UBC rather, they're going to be able to get another one on the board. And this could work out. Mimi could potentially buy someone. Maybe give him one almost full rifle round. And Mimi did buy, able to buy Optic. Xenofate though stuck with a Stinger though. 3 ultimates available for the dogs as well. And it's gonna be Red playing it close here with the judge. Taking a page after Mr. Clean. Saying, alright, if you're gonna play with the judge, I'm gonna do the same. If Fresno State are gonna be able to clear this out, that's the question. Mimi just sprayed and able to connect on Red! And Mimi might have just turned the tides back into Fresno State's favor. The showstopper gonna come on through as well. One by one, UBC Rose is falling. And coming on in from the backside, Fire is able to connect the showstopper. A 3v1 and sub to Soulja. But the paint shots connect. And Fresno State Blue are reaching match point. And UBC, they're going to have to come up with a string of rounds. The economy going to flow on their side. As long as they're able to keep it clean, they can't stay in this. But they're going to need to convert 6 straight rounds. They've barely been able to put up 2 straight. The most they were able to convert was 4 in a row on Fracture. That was it. And it's going to start with, are they going to be able to contest up a mid? And the showstopper is not able to connect. It didn't hit a single person. And 1 key ultimate for UBC just put to waste. The only thing left is the neural theft. And Fresno State, they're looking to contest at mid once again. And Fire looking to see if anyone tries to peek out. Ooh, the timing. Noise made. Yakult gonna take the first fight and is gonna be able to convert before getting traded out, but able to take down 2 in the process. And hold up, numbers are back in UBC's favor. Xeno trying to connect to the judge, but won't be able to do so. Rex gonna be able to keep the op as he's able to connect for one.
Make them big.
And contest it up at mid. And UBC are able to keep this match going. Currently up 7-4. And drops UBC. They're gonna be calling a timeout here. And that's going to be their last timeout used for UBC. And let's go ahead and head back onto the desk as of course, my face cam falls. Welcome back, guys. Gotta kind of readjust. Gain focus back. There we go. So, Fresno State. Can I just say, this attack looked really good at the start, but so far, things have been a back and forth affair. My question is, what is their coach planning right now for UBC? Because they can't afford to lose a round. One misstep, and that's it. Match is over. So, if you're UBC, you're trying to play the smart. You've been able to take the fights you've needed to off of crucial first bloods. For instance, that time, it was just a great one coming on in from Yakult, who was able to pick off 2 at mid. Even despite the showstopper not getting the most value.
Toxins going up.
And then as the round begins,
Toxin screen down.
Fresno State's swinging at an A-side hit. But they're going to need to cover that op angle coming out through for Rhett.
Go get it.
And Fresno State, they're looking to contest here. Op shot. Piling on through. The Roomba, unfortunately, does not get any information. And you can see they're still looking to contest.
You should run.
Flash comes on through. A lockdown put up as well. And Fresno State, they lose any opportunity here. They're not giving any opportunity to convert as Red. He's able to convert once again. They're not going to get any value off this lockdown. No one detained. And oh no, Yakult. Gonna be able to convert for one. But won't get much more than that. B-side completely free. But I'm looking for a save here.
30 seconds left.
Still in sight.
The paranoia gonna come on through as well. A fast
Turrets destroyed.
gets used, and right now UBC they're contesting at mid. And Fresno State, you have nothing in your game plan for this. They're just gonna
10
try to
seconds
save.
left.
Lockdown use, get a little bit of information. You know where the killjoy's at. But with no time left, everyone's gonna keep their weapons once again for UBC. And Fresno State, after forcing, when are you gonna decide to just save? And you're looking, Xenofade's testing on what to do. Because UBC, they're starting to gain some momentum. And it looks like it's like it's a broken buy. It's tough when you save 2 rifles. They're forcing up the Bulldog and a Ghost and a Sheriff. Red
Toxin screen down.
looking to make the most out of this op. Gonna be smoked out though.
Here.
No way you take a blind shot and are able to connect. Red, he's repositioning though. And he's able to connect though as fire goes out. And Red, he's feeling himself. He's starting to overheat a little bit. And overheat has been in a good context for them. But hold up. Fresno State, they're finally able to connect a shot here. A little bit of a sign of fresh air for Fresno State. They're not looking to overextend. Their rifles are still up and in play. HP not the best for Mimi though. And Asian might get the lone anchor on A. Here's a weapon get dropped. Here's ropes. Gonna throw the paint shells.
30 seconds left.
And Mr. Clean tries to swing on
One
out,
enemy remaining. Spike
but the
down
paint
A.
shells takes over in the afterlife. Just up to Optic. Gets a second. Has 17 seconds. And the Neuro Theft coming on in at the worst time.
10
Shots
seconds
connect!
left.
And with 6 seconds left, UBC taking the smart route just to save weapons. Despite the damage Fresno State did, it's going to be UBC converting another round. They're going to be able to reach 9. A string of rounds now narrow down the lead in half. And Fresno State, you gotta change things up. They haven't tried to contest at B just yet, and they might have an opportunity here. Fire jumps on out, and that's forcing them to kind of retreat back. They spot, they got a lot of information just off that jumping Soja. The paint show's gonna actually destroy the tripwire, but this one way coming crucial. Soja's able to take down 2 and suppress 1.
One enemy remaining.
Soja connects with 4.
Cage triggered.
And Mr. Clean all alone.
Flawless.
And the ace denied by a Colt. But UBC, they have momentum in their favor. And Fresno State, they don't have the economy to force up. It's either you save here or full force and buy into the next round. And Fresno State, they're going to have a busted buy. 3 Spectres, 2 Sheriffs. And this one's falling out of Fresno State's hands. As the dogs, you can tell they're starting to scramble a little bit. The 0 point going to be used. And unfortunately, Xenofate is going to be suppressed. Luckily for Fresno State, the op, far, far away. Red has been the thorn in Fresno State's side for the past couple rounds, and right now he's on the opposite side. But what is Fresno State's plan? As we see this team, they are making their way through mid. And they gotta win this first fight. And with that smoke, that's giving all signs of them pushing through into B. The paranoia coming on through, and the Asian goes down. And fire! Able to save Xeno's life! And this is the dog's chance to strike. And Red missed the shot! He's forced to play back, and it's a 5v3 in favor. Make that a 5v2! 1 by 1, UBC's going down. And that leaves it up to Soja and Red, who have been the major factors here on the defense. The 2 Sentinels.
Player standing.
But Red not able to connect his op shot, leaves it up to Soja. 2 members though for Fresno State. Can Soja come up with the 1v4 here? He's got to push up. He does not have much time. But Xenofate playing high from above,
Win.
able to convert the final kill in this match. And Fresno State able to stop the bleeding. And are able to get a 2-0 victory over UBC Rose. And you take a look at the scoreboard there. Soja made his comeback in the second half. But Fresno State all around put up a great solid performance. A great job from Fresno State, able to secure the bag. And Fresno State with that 3rd victory on the season. Fresno State Blue come on in with their best record in this current 2022-2023 season as they bump up to a 3-2 record. And let me go ahead and see if I do have anyone available for a post-match interview. Let me go ahead and just message Xenofate. Actually, let's go ahead and head on into an intermission before we conclude with our last minute analysis as well as our post-match interview. For those of you watching, let's go ahead and update that scoreboard for you as Fresno State come on through with a 2-0 victory over UBC Rose as Fresno State Blue advance on up to a 2-0 record. We're going to go ahead and take a short little break and come on back with a post-match interview. We are live back into the call in 3, 2, 1, and we are back up and rolling. As welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as that is not the one we need. There we go. That's the overlay we need. We are back as we're welcome back on into the post-match interview with Mr. Xenofate, the initiator for Fresno State Blue. Jay, thank you so much for joining on in for this post-match interview.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's go ahead and start things up. You guys are now 3-2 on the season, which I already said this at the top of the cast. If you guys won tonight, you guys have officially passed the Fresno State Blue record from last season. So,
Yeah.
how does it feel to have a winning record?
Feels pretty nice, honestly. Like, it helps, keep mental up. It's like not a waste of time. Everyone's contributing. Mimi helps set up scrims. Optic helps relay some messages. Clean is my second IGO, so he'll pop me in some ideas, and we'll go off of that. And Rainless, honestly, even though he's not playing a lot, he's our sub, but he's always available when he needs him. So when we need him, so it's going pretty good. I'd say a lot better than last semester.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, you guys are 3-2 on the season, but not only that, you guys have honestly coordinated a team that you talked about it. Each person has their own integrated role, and you can tell the communication has been there because heck, let's go ahead and talk about map 1 real quick because you guys were down a pretty decent amount, but were able to make a good solid comeback, especially off a strong composition. How was your guys' mental heading on in, knowing you guys did have to make a comeback?
So when we were 4-1 or 1-4, it was kind of tough. Like it was going a little rocky. But then I told him, it's our save round. Let's go bomb rush them, deny them that space that KO was getting for free, and they weren't expecting it. If you saw, they were not expecting us to push out there, and that gave us honestly that round. It was round 6, and that gave us the momentum to get a 5-7, which we really needed. And then on our offense, we already knew what to do. Push out, sands, push together. Honestly, like the simple stuff: get trades, clear sight, calm where you died as soon as you're dead. And then I'd say that was a pretty textbook game for us on offense, at least.
Yeah, it was textbook, and I think a partial part of that, I mean, you joked about it. I didn't think you guys were actually gonna do it, honestly. Uh, Harbor as your lone controller. How long have you guys been wanting to do that first?
We got the idea last week. We didn't really practice it too much. That I think you could tell from the first round, our pistol round, the harbor wall kind of flew past the whole site. But yeah, once Clean got the hang of it, we just started railing them. Like it wasn't even funny how hard it was after that, like or how easy it was after that. I know the neon was a little bit of a problem. That's why sometimes I would pick up Optic and tell him to come with me to like under B site, the sewers. I'll pick him up, tell him, hey, let's come sewers, let's try to pick up this neon. Sometimes it didn't go good, but sometimes it went amazing. That gave us enough space to work with to push the site and get the round.
Yeah, I mean, you guys played it so well. Like the moment you guys were able to take down Soja, you guys honestly just took over. Like, no, that guy had 7 first bloods
Mm-hmm.
and was just a nuisance. But once you guys won the attack, I feel like you guys were able to kind of like negate him a little bit. So that
Yeah.
was honestly good on your guys' end to be able to like kind of like step up. And especially like with a couple of you guys were able to like come in clutch in a couple rounds as well.
I'm
And we
still
saw.
like
Oh, continue.
I'm still like kind of mad like at map 2. On map 2, I killed the Cypher, hit the KO 94. I was like, oh my god. It was a spray transfer, a heaven. Like that got me so fired up for the rest of the game. I was like, dude, I'm gonna poo on these dudes. I guess that energy, like for map 2, at least it helped our team just keep rolling, snowballing, keep going until like towards the end of the rounds, like towards the end of the game.
Yeah, for the end, they were unfortunately able to like kind of like catch you off guard there.
Yeah.
That one controller red, he just kind of, I think he took a page out of Mr. Clean's book. He saw Mr. Clean playing on the judge and kind of thought the same thing. By the way,
Yeah.
was that inspiration from Gozu by chance, or was that just something Mr. Clean wanted to do?
What do you mean by that? Like
Because
pushing up
Gozu's
with
known as the shotgun demon.
the
That's his own
honestly like
interpretation.
split B heaven. If you're able to take control of the stairs with a judge, no one could push that. Like you're just gonna win every time. Like it's actually free that your teammates, they only need to watch 2 entrances, CT and mail, if they're flanking. That's huge.
All right. Well, Zeno, thank you so much for joining us tonight as you guys are able to advance on through with a 3-2 record on the season. Hopefully, maybe we'll be able to talk again in the future for another broadcast.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Let's all watch the Reds game tomorrow. Yes, sir. Or is it
Oh,
tomorrow?
I have no idea. I haven't been told anything about when Fresno State's
I'm
match is
sure
going to be
Reds gonna
scheduled.
win. I'm sure they're gonna win. They're pretty cracked out of their minds.
Hey, we're all hoping for that. But thank you so much for joining on in with me tonight, Zeno. Great talking with you, and we'll be able to catch you next time we get to talk.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one, sir.
You too.
And that was Mr. Xenofate on the call. As that is going to conclude it for the night. Before we go ahead and do that, Fresno State Blues' next match is going to be going up against George Fox University Academy, which is currently 3-1 on the season with their one loss beat. a loss to SFU Club Shield, who is honestly part of that Stack Simon Fraser squad that they have going on in the conference. But with that being said, that's going to conclude tonight's broadcast. Next time we should be up on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock when Fresno State Overwatch takes back over the channel with their continuation of their losers bracket run, taking on Irvine Valley College. But with that, thank you guys so much for tuning on into tonight's broadcast of NECC Valorant over here on twitch.tv/Fresno State Esports. If you do want to stay notified on all things Fresno State Esports, go ahead and hit the notification bell down below. Also hit the follow button as well if you have not done so already. You can also get notifications throughout our Discord, which is through !Discord, or through our socials at Twitter or on Instagram for when Fresno State goes live. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning on into tonight's broadcast from the Fresno State Valorant team, from the Fresno State Esports Media team. I am Ricky J. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Peace and love, and go Dogs.